Let's go, dude. Knowledge.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Ma, the meatloaf!
All rise, order in the court. Clickbait initiated. We are ready for We Got a Case. Mikey, good Wednesday to you.
It is a good Wednesday, and hopefully everybody's having a good time. I'm ready for court. It's an interesting. We got two cases here, Creed. One that you saw in the thumbnail there that we'll get to after this one, which is a very strange case. We'll talk more about that when we get closer to it. But we're going to kick it off with love, Creed. That's right. Love sometimes comes between you and a TPO. Sometimes you want to see your lady friend. She don't want to see you. Sometimes you think you're dating. Well, she says you're not.
Oh,
and that's when you take them to court.
That's scary. You ever been in that situation where you thought
maybe in 7th grade, I thought I was dating a girl until I saw her with another guy.
you didn't know?
It's like maybe we're not dating anymore.
I had a reverse of that in high school. They were twins, and I mean twins to the point where I started like I talked to her on the phone a ton, right? Things got going. We got to know each other pretty well. But it got to the point where I could not tell the two apart, and wow. I would not ask which one is which ever.
That's kind of hot. Like
I was in no classes with either of them, so I couldn't be like. So it was that was a mess. So I kind of shadow banned them.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta do what you gotta do.
And I remember being at a dance, and I was actually DJing because yes, I DJ'd our dances in high school, some of them, and she came up to me. I was with another girl, and so it was kind of a reverse of what you did. It was a very awkward moment. It's very awkward, and I never did tell her why.
Well, maybe she still thinks to this day you guys are dating. Just wait for you to come back.
That's entirely possible. I have no idea what's going on. Anyways, court time. Let's jump into it with DC Judge, District Court 4. I see.
Dating. He just arrived at my apartment 9:00 at night.
Oh, you know what he was looking for, right?
Booty.
Or just some Kool-Aid. You never know.
Invited, unannounced. My blinds were closed. Tapping on my window.
Is that an open blind policy at her house? Like if the blinds are up, it's like, come on in. It's
like the red light district. If the light's on, they're open for business.
I didn't know that's a thing.
Already creepy.
And this is an absolute lie that the intercom is always broken. It is not. Absolutely not. You have to be buzzed into my apartment. So you walk into the first set of doors, it's open. There's an intercom there. You press the 4 buttons that go to my name. It rings my phone. And then if I want to let you in, I hit the button on my phone and it opens the doors. But that's an absolute lie. I came to the window with a smile. This is absolute ludicrous. Ludicrous.
Why would you? She came to the window with a smile, but it's just ludicrous.
Absolutely ludicrous. I would never smile at this man. I like that she's breaking down what it takes to get into her place. You got to ring the bell.
4 numbers.
Buzzes you in. 4 numbers, Daddy. You can figure them out. 6969. Come on in. I'll answer the window with a smile. It's this guy painted a beautiful picture, and apparently she says, it didn't happen.
Gary, thank you. Yes, clickbait all the way, baby.
I know what she said, though.
Wow.
How are you?
Oh, God.
Okay, I'm not interested in that other case.
No, I know,
The
but
only
that's
thing in front of me right now, you're asking for an order against him. That's
Yes.
all I want to hear about.
Yes. I didn't appreciate him coming to my house 9:00 on a Sunday evening, tapping on my window, creeping around.
Had you been in a prior relationship of some kind?
Yes.
Okay.
Since he's a judge, he can't ask the question the way that one of us would. Have you guys effed at all? Maybe late night.
Notice. This lady is no spring chicken, by the way. She seems a
Good
little
for
bit
her.
on the older side.
Yeah, her Sunday night, get-togethers.
Show up at 9 o'clock at night, Your Honor. Already been in bed 3 hours.
I eat dinner at 3:45 p.m. at the
How
K&W,
dare he
Your Honor.
disturb my sleepage?
Right, Mary Lou? Ding, 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 ding.
And when was the last time you had heard from him?
Around November, Thanksgiving.
Mhm.
I was at the gym and he kept calling my phone,
Oh,
asking me to spend Christmas with him.
oh,
Okay, did you communicate with him at
that's
all?
kind of serious, though, when you ask somebody to spend Christmas with you.
I mean, apparently they had a pretty serious relationship.
I guess so.
Hot and heavy, bud.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Wasn't that great? I didn't realize that was a very special bonus that I got, by the way. Big banger. Almost 1,000x, Mikey.
Ooh.
It was fun.
I told him just to leave me alone. And then I blocked him.
Mm.
And he just opened up an account under his Chihuahua. And that's how he contacted me through Instant Messenger.
And when did he do that?
In December sometime.
Did you communicate back with
No,
him?
absolutely not. Nope, I never answered him. I blocked it.
Block that shit.
Anything further after that?
No, I blocked him until that evening.
Okay. How did things end when things ended?
Why so rude at the end, though?
Bunch of middle fingers there, bro.
Yeah, lots of middle fingers at the end there.
You seem pretty
I
adamant right now.
I didn't care for him any longer. I just didn't want to be with him any longer, so he just didn't get the message.
Okay.
Steve.
All right. So she's painted a picture now where she started in the beginning of, oh, it's just crazy that he would even show up. It's crazy that it's just ludicrous that he would even think of coming to my house. But now we're finding out, though, they had a bit of a relationship there.
Well, they did. They did, baby. She ain't denying that she
Right.
laid it down for him, and he reciprocated. But when she's done with you, baby, she's done. You're dead to her. You're dead to her. Don't come around here no more.
What's up with the Chihuahua thing, though? That was signed up something under the Chihuahua or something.
She told him. Chihuahua.
We're in.
Mr. Riccobono,
Yes.
could you raise your right hand, please? You swear and affirm the information and testimony you provide will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
You can put your hand down. How'd you get in there?
What's
She's
that?
saying that the intercom,
Oh, first of all, you can't enter her building unless you go through the double doors, like she's saying. So there's an intercom in the vestibule.
right?
In the past, we met in July, and we dated through mid-end October. So, it never would work in the past. She'd always have me call her. She's like, that thing never works. And even the night I came Sunday, I tried to make it work. So when I walked down the sidewalk, her blinds were open. They were at like barely a tilt. And so
Okay,
I just,
were you outside the building when you were
Yes.
knocking on her window?
yes, sir. Her unit is on the first floor, and there's a sidewalk along the parking lot, and then the building. It's just a small grass and a garden.
And she had blocked you from previous accounts before, she was telling me?
Well, so I just want to respond to her statement. So
I mean, that's a yes or no question. She did or she didn't?
she would block and unblock. That's what makes this. So that's what I'm trying to say is,
And then she told me she told you in October that she didn't want to hear from you again, basically.
yeah, the breakup was not ideal. She had a lot to drink.
Oh,
She gets feisty. I've always handled it with patience and grace.
Maybe that's why he's showing up late, hoping that she's drunk and she's ready to party.
she's a little spicy when she has a few drinks in her creed. I've met many a woman that gets loose lips when she has a few things to drink, and well, sometimes that's good and sometimes that's bad.
Her grassy garden.
I have pictures on my
Okay, so hang
phone.
on, ma'am. I'm hearing from him now.
She got pictures on her phone.
I just like to hear from one person at a time. What I don't like is the back and forth. So
The dance of
I'll
love.
give you a chance to respond in a minute.
Ms. Vanacore is a very good woman. So sometimes when she's had too much, she gets feisty. I never brought it up. I never made it an issue. I probably should have at some point, but I would overlook it.
Jeaner, get with it. The intercom does not work, and she told him about it previously.
He wanted to get in there, do some work.
Yeah, he wanted to get those 4 fingers going. The 4 fingers into the intercom, not. Boop, 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 boop. Yeah. I heard that. That's a thing. Loose lips sink ships. Just so you know.
And just ignore it because I know she's a good person. Then the last time we saw each other, we went to dinner.
Mm-hmm.
And then she just started a fight. So instead of just saying, in my opinion, you want to break up or how you feel, she just create a fight. And that's her way of ending things. So that I didn't hear back. That was Saturday night into Sunday morning.
This was back in October.
Mid-October. Yes. And then I got a text from her the next day, Sunday evening, and she just said, I'm not the girl for you. And something to that effect. So I wrote back, well, I'll always, beg to differ, and I'm here. A lot of our relationship, there was back and forth. We were together, and then we broke up at one point.
But
She
then you
said,
contacted her again sometime later after that, then she blocked you.
This is
You remained blocked.
my point is, she said, don't contact me. I don't ever want to see you. And then we end up getting together again for another month and a half. So my point is, it wasn't that I was trying to disrespect her or ignore her. There was always this back and forth. I just thought if I could see her and talk to her, because we got back together, it was because we were face to face talking. So by February 4th, right intentions, I was just trying to talk to her. I didn't mean to upset her. I didn't mean to alarm her. Regarding the Facebook account, I have a Facebook account. My dogs has a Facebook account. It's been there I didn't create this to reach her. It's been there for 8 years, maybe 7, 8, 9 years. It was from my old neighborhood. It was a running joke. I wrote, it was just there. So a lot of times she would block, unblock, block, unblock. Sometimes we would text. Sometimes she let me call her. Sometimes she wouldn't. It was one of those kind of things. Not ideal. And I really liked her. I was just holding on. I thought if we could see each other, we'd be good. So
Do you see how upsetting that might be if someone, and it wasn't super late at night, but I know given the time,
yes,
it was dark.
I immediately
someone knocking on their window from
so I
so to speak, or out of the dark, I guess.
100%. I'm very remorseful.
Nancy, welcome back.
She wrote in the petition, I got to look over my shoulder. She does not need to look over her shoulder. I was just trying to reach out to her. I can't. I mean, the officers they were like, it's 8:30, 9 o'clock at Sunday night. And she said, you're her ex. And she said, I'm her ex. They go, yeah. So, because at the end she was saying we weren't even I wasn't even her boyfriend. So,
all right. To his credit, just a little bit. If the story is the way that he's telling it, she said, get away. And then we're back together for a month and a half. Now that could get a little bit confusing. However, it seems a little off.
I mean, it should have been one and done, bro. When she says she's not the woman for you.
Yeah.
And then he says, well, I beg to differ. That's a problem.
That is an issue. Alex, thank you. 11 months of beautiful support. Always appreciate it.
Beautiful. And beautiful drinkware.
Oh, I like that. Yeah, that is very nice. That is very nice. Did that come to you clean or
twice? Oh, yes.
I just was like, I told him I apologized. I had the right intentions. I wanted to give her a gift and try to talk to her because we had got back together when I could just talk to her. It was stupid. I shouldn't have been there. I should have got the hint and the message.
I think we can agree on that.
I should look. The feelings are gone. She didn't, she felt then or over time. And, I just really liked her and I thought I had to tell her and at least show her.
My pecker.
He's coming off kind of desperate.
Oh, yeah.
Just saying.
He is. No, it really fell apart. Like as soon as he started in about his side of the story.
I thought we were still together. I thought so. Maybe this TPO will let them know they're done.
Literally and figuratively, allegedly.
But really, as unique as it may seem, because of our age gap, we had a very nice time together.
So anybody who just said in the chat, a few of you said it looks like he's a little young for her.
Oh yeah, she's old broad.
Yeah, but she still goes to the gym though.
And I just was hoping for the best. I thought if I could see her, we'd see each other. Clearly, I got the message.
Hi, Paula.
She don't want to see me. She don't want to hear from me. The protection order is extremely embarrassing. I should have known better after the incident she referenced. There's a lot of misunderstanding about that. It should have never been issued. That was it from a year ago, and that order went through 5 months later over me asking her to stop obsessing and slandering me on social media in a very public way.
I'm not interested in that other.
No, I understand.
I don't have access to that, and that's not really.
Okay, so and we heard him say it earlier that I don't want to hear anything about the other case.
Yeah, so she's got some other case up against them
For some slander on the Facebook. Say it isn't so. There's nothing like that on Facebook. What are they talking about? Paula.
What has happened to this love, Paula? Why did it go away so quickly?
It's been a beautiful month, Paula. Beautiful month.
Glorious.
That's 10. We got a case channel. By the way, don't forget 5:30 East. We've got a double banger this week, Wednesday and Friday, 5:30 East. All channels, members only. Just so you know. Are you touching her boobs like that? I thought
No, it's 10. I'm showing 10 fingers.
Oh, well, I just thought you were cupping something.
I bring it up because I never stalked the woman. And so she's writing this petition. Oh, I don't know what he's capable of. The whole thing was ridiculous. And the worst part is, the first thing I talked to Ms. Vancourt about was that whole thing. So she knew the whole thing, and she literally said, I would never do that. People should be able to talk to each other. So I never thought we'd get to a place where she'd say, I have to take you to court. I don't know what he's capable of. I was just trying to be sweet. It's done. The whole thing's done. I get it. It's over. It's done. She doesn't
I see what's taking this so long. Look, he's just going around in circles now.
That's fine. I was just trying. I thought I was trying because I liked it.
You live in Pierce County there, is that correct?
I live in Tacoma, yeah.
So Ms. Vanacore, you had wanted to say something and I stopped you. I'll hear from you now if you want to respond to all of that.
Nothing. He's just adding a lot of fluff to it, saying, it just really just, yeah, he did tell me about that case when we first met.
She has large breasts.
Okay, so, some women lie, like, to get back at how they do that, say that they're, assaulted and they never were. But now this happened to me. That other person, I know you don't want to reference that, but probably had something real.
I mean, I don't know anything about that.
No, I know. I'm just saying that's, when you.
Well, Paige, I have a feeling that he's probably still single. So if you want to move to Tacoma, you'd probably find
I don't know if he's older than you, though.
Oh, that's a good. I can't.
You're kind of long in the tooth.
Oh,
you're being creeping.
You said it, not me.
Your Honor.
9 o'clock at night.
I stopped her when she was interrupting you, so I'm going to stop you while she's speaking. Go ahead.
So, no, I'm just saying it's really creepy.
Agreed.
Mr. Riccobona.
I'm not a creep. I took Miss Vanacore out on several occasions. I can't count on my hands. She was going through a divorce. I empathized with her. It was hard for me when I went through mine. We were good company together. We became close and good friends. And then it ended. That's all there is to it. I'm not a creep. She was the kind of person you had to court a lot and get her attention. And then you did, and you saw each other, and she adored it and loved it. We spent weekends together.
Oh.
She told me all the time, you're very good to me. You're very sweet. She told me a lot of things. I just really like
You remind me of my son.
a crazy.
I mean, how am I using the terminology of courting somebody?
I had to. That meant he had to buy her a bunch of shit. He
That's
paid for all the dates.
Yeah, that's instantly what I think about. Is like, yeah, is that like almost like him spending.
I had to wine and dine her. I had to massage her feet at night, scrub down her corns if need be.
I mean, it's a lot of word salad. There's no doubt about that. But man, this is sad.
He's smitten. Was this his first piece?
Yeah, he might have been.
He sure acts like it.
That's a good point. That's entirely possible. By the way, I would think that there's a plentiful amount of Wormans,
especially older ones, if he's looking to drink from that well.
Yeah, I mean, if he's into that, it shouldn't be that tough. I think. Lisa B, thank you. I guess that's a decent excuse, but thank you for the late fee, anyways. Appreciate that.
World, we do. And yes, she's older than me, but that was part of the reason why I liked her so much. She's from a different era where people talk face to face. It was just really romantic and sweet, and I liked her a lot. That's it. So I just was trying to still win her back, which clearly that train left the station. I got the message when she called the police. The window thing, I was at her place all the time she was at mine. The blinds were open and I knocked. She did come up to the window. She was smiling and she said, "What are you doing?" And she laughed. And I said, "I want to give you this." And then
she was my dingling at my hand.
She went, "Just a second." And I said, "Okay." And then I
Hold
waited
on, let me call the cops.
Minutes, and then she came back, looked me dead in the eyes. Blinds were open, and then shut it just as the police came. And I immediately walked over and I just said, "Hey,
pro move.
Sorry about this." And I identified myself and they said, "Well, what's going on?" I said, "I was trying to be sweet and give this to her. And clearly she doesn't want it." The male officer came back and said, "She doesn't want any contact with you. She doesn't want to hear from you." And I said, "Clearly." And they laughed. And I said, "This doesn't need to be a thing. I'm sorry for the trouble. I hope she knows that." I told them that. I wish to this day they escorted me to her and let me tell her that. I was not trying to bother her like this. I just was holding on to someone I really liked, and I thought maybe we were going to rekindle like we had in the past.
Hold on, what do you think he had for a bag of Werther's Originals?
No. At 9:30 her dentures
mixed
are out.
Nuts.
No, nothing like that. Dentures are out after 9:30 at night on a Sunday. What are you, nuts?
Delicious mints for her purse.
I was thinking you're just on the candy realm. I was thinking he'd have other things.
Old ladies that love to have candy.
Like
they like something to suck on.
That's true. They do have lots of candy strewn about houses usually at that age.
She's from a different era. I brought her a petticoat.
A smoking jacket.
Yes. Different era.
Stand it. And regarding the case she's referenced in here, it's unfathomable to me that she would after she knew all about it, and it just didn't happen. I do feel like she threw it in there to use it against me because she can. I don't know how she thinks I'm a threatening person. I own no weapons. I have no violence. I never was that way with her. She could be verbally abusive,
judges over
physical, and I
go ahead. I'm just blowing to dry this ink on this restraining order.
Okay, so,
I have pictures on my phone.
Just wait, ma'am. Go ahead. Anything further, sir?
No, I cared about her. It's over and it's done.
Go ahead, ma'am. What were you going to say?
No, he was saying that we had an argument really bad. Both of us were drinking. I kicked him out of my apartment. He drove. He had a company car at the time. He went to a bar.
We're outing him on some DWI or DUI action. I like that.
Yeah, no. Is he going to defend himself on that now? Because he loves to filibuster.
I have a feeling that we're kind of getting to the actual part of the story now. It wasn't just so,
I like that somebody wrote that he was peeking in her windows. I like that.
Well, I mean,
he wasn't even really, he was just, she caught him.
Do you think that that's possible, that he wasn't even trying to get in? He was just trying to check out, see what she was doing?
See if there was another man in there, maybe?
Oh, he's very hung up. He'd be back with her in a heartbeat right now.
And I went to sleep. The next morning, I woke up to pictures of him taking a picture of his speedometer doing 120 at a bar with other girls, kissing on his face, and then giving me the finger.
Oh wow! All right.
So it's pictures of him giving her the finger, girls kissing on his face, him doing 120 down the highway. Woo. Living his life. How much you think it cost him to get girls kiss him on the face, you think, for a picture?
Couple of drinks. He paid for a few rounds, and that was it. Leather lashes, welcome. Okay. Wow. All right. Listen, that is not things that you typically would do to like an older woman, right? That's more of like if you're dating, like a younger what, like, look at me.
I
can
saw
be out
you
having
sent me
fun.
something and I can't open it. What was it?
That was a dick move, though.
Yeah.
Really. That's okay. So you don't want me? Watch this,
Watch me drink and drive.
Yeah,
I have to, yeah, may I? I'm sorry.
okay, you can respond to that.
Yes, that was in July. That was 4 weeks after we were dating. Miss Vanacore, who also made me promise never to call her that because she said her name's Miss Polito. Apparently it hasn't changed.
No, it has not changed.
She was a big, important thing for her. So that night, that was when we broke up in the end of July. She had way too much. I got her home safely. Then when she's on the couch, we engaged. And then out of nowhere, and this would happen sometimes.
And we engaged. That would
You know
mean
what that means, bud.
That's when she's had too much. She just starts flipping and just starts yelling. And she just berated me. And then I just said I had enough. I just was like, I'm out of here. It's
By the way, her stuff. Did he say they were on the couch when they were engaging?
Yeah, he put her on the couch and then they engaged.
All right. Well, good for him. Good for her. I mean, still a little hanky panky on the old couch. Do you think it's covered with the see-through plastic in her house, or what?
Maybe. I'm still hung up on the fact that she made him call her Miss something. Not even by her first name. He had to call her Miss whatever.
That's
Miss
a
Vanderbilt.
Yes.
She is a good person, but when she's had a lot, I don't think she knows the person she becomes. I sped off upset. I got to the bar. I did things I shouldn't have done.
Oh, hi, Jay.
I drove too fast on the highway. I apologized to her the next day. I said that was ridiculous behavior. I put myself in danger and other people. It's not acceptable. And I apologized. She had, well, I won't go into that, but
go on. Go on.
That all said, she said, don't ever call me or contact me again. Don't ever come here. Don't ever call me again. And I just said, I am so sorry. And I kept beating myself up over it. And she never apologized for her behavior. She never has. She never will. She never did. But I always did. If something arose, that was bad. So my point is, after that, we still got back together. So a month later, we're still dating again and got even closer. So it wasn't that I'm trying to disrespect her or not adhere to what she's asking. I get it. She's done, but there was always this back and forth. And that's all I can say. She told me to don't cover the past, and then we got back together because we saw each other and it took off. So I was trying on February 4th. I just thought if I can give her something sweet and nice, I could talk to her again. That was where my mind was. I regret it.
Seriously, I mean, 3 or 4 minutes in to him started talking. If I were,
I'm telling you, he's already signed the paperwork. He's already. I
guess he's just letting him get it out. Maybe he thinks it's a bit therapeutical at this point for him just to get it out in public in front of her, and so then maybe
he's like. It's like he's vomiting constantly. You think he's done? Next thing, more shit's coming out.
I mean, how is there? We don't live in a world where any of this behavior is not, perfect for a protection order. I mean, it's like this is like a textbook. Yes, get away from him because my God, things can get really bad here soon. It's got to be onto something else. Got to be.
He's knocking on the window.
Hello, you. Letter. She blocked it on Facebook. I didn't create a profile to contact her that already existed. I just sent it.
I don't know.
And I didn't get the she blocked it. I should have got the message. It's done.
Obviously, you don't get the
I got
message
it now.
Hey, Erica.
It does not need a protection order. I never need to see her again, and it's done. I got it. I didn't get it the first time. I wish you told me, the hows and whys or what, but she didn't. And so it's done. I got the message now.
Okay.
Are you
So
sure?
our ruling in this case is as follows.
Hi,
First
Mayor.
of all,
I don't quite think that he did really, truly get the message even this time around. I don't think so.
I get the message. Hey, yeah, I got it. I got it.
No. If he got it, he would have simply sat down and said, you know what? Really like this lady. She's a little confusing. Didn't tell me all the ins and outs. I effed up. I got it. I understand. I'm done.
And you never just show up at somebody's place, man. Come on.
No.
Don't show up at somebody's place.
Even if you used to engage with them on the couch when getting drunk.
Yeah,
Still,
yes.
that's their place.
the parties were engaged in a relationship, maybe on again, off again, and then it went off. Ms. Vanacore made a number of affirmative steps
It's up there.
to say that it was definitely off. And blocking accounts, blocking attempts to contact through social media. And then following that, and I understand Mr. Riccobono says, well, I was just trying to reach out, which may be true, but that's not the way to do it. To show up after dark, and it wasn't too late, as I about 8:45, 8:45, to be knocking on someone's window after dark when that person is blocked.
That's pretty late, Judge. Maybe Judge stays up late. I don't know. If anybody's knocking on my window at 9:00 at night, trust me, I'm going to be startled a little bit.
You wait right there while I call the law.
You told you several months ago, I don't want to talk to you anymore. That's going to scare people. It just is. So hang on just a second.
Yeah.
So,
Especially
I'm going to hopefully, believe it or not, and you might not, I'm just going to make this easy for you in the sense and draw a bright line. And I will enter an order. It'll be in place for 1 year. You're not to contact her. Don't engage in stalking behavior. Don't communicate with her in any way. Don't come within 1,000 feet of her, which should be easy for you if you live up in Pierce County. Don't come within 1,000 feet of, her residence, place of employment, or anything like that. I understand you disagree with that.
No,
I
no.
understand what you told me about what your intentions were, but looking at it objectively, I think when people say that, I don't want to talk to you, they have a right to have that respected. And, maybe there's ways without an order to reach out, but showing up at night on their window outside the apartment, that's problematic. Go ahead.
I just wanted to say that.
Oh, God.
I wish he had told me, Nicholas, I don't want to see you, or I'll call the police. Nicholas, it's done. But Your Honor.
She did, though, in a lot of different ways, just maybe not straight out.
She just got the by the way, you played denied and he got she got the TPO again, so I was kind of confused. Denied on his love.
Right.
Granted on the TPO. No confusion.
You know what that means.
But now he's ready to filibuster. But Your Honor.
Is he going to say he loves her?
We don't love them hoes.
I wish she blocked me. She had in the past. It was always back and forth. I wish she had said, Nick, really, I don't want to see you. I wish she had told me that. The other thing I will add is I'm already likely going to lose my job over this. This order is not good. It's already in motion and a done deal. It's stupid. It was because I cared about somebody, and it's just the whole thing is just ridiculous and stupid. I wish she just told me.
I did tell him.
Okay, ma'am. I just let him finish.
She sent me a text. I'm not the girl for you. We talked in November. We talked for about 9 or 10 minutes. She'd say what she want to say. Then I go to talk, and she talk over me and shut it down.
Yeah.
I should have let it be.
Yes, you should have.
I should have. This is my fault. It's not her fault. I know that.
You're stupid. Yes, I am.
I just want it for the record. I was not trying to upset her.
I'll make copies of this. And
even if she did come out straight out, said, straight to his face, and even if it was in a nice way,
yeah,
it wouldn't have soaked it.
Why didn't she just say to me, I will kill you if you come back to my place. You scare me to death. I'm calling the police. I cannot stand you at all. You make me want to vomit when I see your face. If she had told me all those things, I would have left her alone.
No, there's no way. There's no way.
She's going to make feedback.
Right.
On to the next.
We're going to mute one of them and just talk.
Okay,
now, pause this for just 1 second.
I just can't get over these lights. I don't know why people do that. And if you do that in your own house, fine. But my God, that annoys me.
All right, so this is 1 against 4. That
Oh.
lady sitting at the table wants a TPO against all 4 of these people.
Oh God.
I will go look. She wants one against all 4 of these people. Now you're going to hear some stuff said. I'm going to let you all listen to everything that's said before I make an assumption. But please listen carefully to this lady's testimony.
Okay. All right.
I will check the
On
PP.
computer, and then you, sir, Stephen Akemi, just get behind Elise Akemi.
Oh.
Yeah, do it.
Oh.
That way, all 4 of you are on the same camera.
Oh yeah, that was confusing. She's the same girl. That's like watching The Judge when there's 2 shots of the
It
judge.
doesn't matter whose camera. Okay, so try it now. There.
Okay,
Say
are you?
something.
Yes?
Perfect. Okay, and then so you're Elise Akemi, and then to your over your right shoulder is Randall and Dry. Is that correct?
Yes.
And
Dry,
then
what a terrible
behind
last
you
name.
And Stephen, got it. All right. I know everybody was here. Okay. So Ms. Connie Dacus is here for a protection order
Love that
and
name.
against all 4 of you. And so I'm going to swear her in. I'll hear from her first, and then I'll hear from each of you, and then we'll go from there. So Ms. Connie Dacus, am I saying your name correctly, first of all? Could you raise your right hand? Do you swear and affirm the information and testimony you provide will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So I'll hear from you, but did they lend you $5,000?
Rude. Bill.
The guy in the back with the hair, is that pre-haircut Creed? Is that
Yeah.
what we're saying? Back there in the
Hey,
back?
man. For sure. Hey, was this before or after? Isn't this our
I
people
reversed
here?
the
Oh,
order.
nice. All right. So that's kind of fun to watch during this too, because it's very awkward because he's just
He's sitting behind her looking
Yeah.
like, I love
Through
you so
her.
much. I love you. I love you. Real quick, Lisa B, thank you. We love and appreciate you. 25 bones in the PP.
Hell yeah. Thank you for lunch, Lisa B. Appreciate you. That's straight cash to us. I love
Cashola.
We love PP around here. Thank you, Lisa B.
What's I'm confused about that. And
Yes,
so
we did.
I'm under the understanding they're of the opinion that you owe them $5,000 somehow.
We did borrow $5,000, but
Has that been paid back?
no, it has not.
Okay.
The
And so
camera-
my understanding is and they've been showing up at your house, and I saw the videos and them pounding on your door and so forth. And they basically, anyway, I'll hear from you. What I think I'm going to hear from them is they just basically want to get paid. So go ahead, ma'am.
So I fear for my safety because of the events that happened. We met Elise and Stephen in June of 2021 when we did concrete. And then in June 2023, they reached out to us to get a bid on a new fence or get their fence replaced.
I'm going to need you to speak a little.
Jane, this is the second one of the day. Welcome, first of all. This is the second one of the day. So when we're done with this one, then just go back to the beginning.
Yeah, about half.
Yeah.
You're perfect timing.
Okay.
But yeah, perfect timing for this one, anyways.
We were vulnerable at the time that they reached out to us in June of 2023. Financially, my 14-year-old son was diagnosed with brain cancer, had been going through treatment for a little over a year at this point. He's legally disabled. I need to take care of him. My significant other, Tonga, was going through a custody battle for his children.
Tonga.
And that
Tonga.
required us to fly to Maui
Ialoa.
times because it was going to trial. And trial would get reset. And then I was also taking care of my 2 toddler grandchildren during this time period. Elise and Stephen, but mainly Elise, was overly kind and started giving us monetary things. I feel this is the way she was manipulating. She gave us expensive gifts. She talked about money and how they could help us financially. She would send texts to me saying, you can borrow any amount, you can pay it back however long it takes, just between us girls.
Oh, okay. So stop right there. All right. When somebody says, don't worry, honey, you don't have any money you need. Now, to me, that's one of 2 things. One, they're trying to manipulate you by getting you financially dependent on them, or they're trying to have the sex with you.
Uh-huh.
Because she's like, you know, because she said they got us at a vulnerable time. They were offering money. They were offering, you know, being real manipulative. And as this goes on, she makes it out like Alyssa, whatever her name is over there, the woman, like she is the leader.
Okay. All right.
Do you need any help right now offering all this stuff? She would send me her credit scores. I have exhibits of these. And then she would send pictures of the checks she wrote for $80,000, making it known that they were worth like $1 million.
What?
And that they would help us with any amount.
Okay, that's kind of next level kind of shit, though.
Why would you send somebody your credit score, though? That's I mean, it's a humble brag. I understand. It's a humble brag. But then you're also going to send who you're writing checks to for 80 grand that you're sending her pictures of it. Like, look, we're well off. We can help you.
Yeah, that's next level.
Another reason I fear, because she pulled us in this way, and then she would tell us about how she has flashbacks. And I witnessed over 6 times in 4 months how she'd lock herself in a room for hours. She would say how only Randallin and Stephen could be in the house or in the room with her. She can't work any longer because she can't be in public around people. She's an empath and feels that she needs to be protected by Stephen and Ethan.
Okay, stop right
stand in front of her.
She has flashbacks. She has to stay in the room for hours, and only the 2 guys can be in the house with her. Now
that all sounds normal, right?
Yeah, that's real hot. And now she's saying, Creed, do you know what an empath is? I have no idea what an empath is. Can someone please tell me what an empath is? Is that like a witch, a fortune teller, psychic?
What is an empath?
It's going to say empathy. It's going to say empathy.
Is an individual who feels more empathy than. What is it? Empath or did I say it right? Is that what they're even talking about?
She's an empath.
So they have more empathy than an average human, then, basically.
But they're going to lay down their lives for her, is what she just said. They would protect her with their lives. Okay.
This is an odd one here.
Protect her from the people that she thinks are bad. They have bags on them and they carry 9mm, and they will literally stand in front of her with their arms.
Bags on them, like bags of cash, or just what?
Bags with 9mm, and they'll stand in front of her. Is that what she just said?
Cross to protect her.
Are you folks neighbors?
No. We live about 2 miles from each other.
2 miles? I see.
Not far enough.
They showed me many times the weapons they have. They made sure to show that Ethan and Stephen have what they call get home bags that has 9mm, magazines, knives, and weapons they carry with them.
Get home bags.
About how and what they would.
Anybody know what a get home bag is? Is that like?
I mean, she says full of. It sounds like it's just full of pew-pews. Where's some clothes? Maybe a snack bar or something in there.
Do if somebody crosses them.
Fruit by the foot.
They show me ammo and shotguns and where they store everything in their home. She's made it known that she's bullied people, and when she feels they've done her wrong, she can win. She brags about how Stephen and Ethan will protect her.
And all this was before the $5,000
This is
loan?
all, yeah, and the reasons for my concerns because of this, in their home, they talk about things openly in front of their 9-year-old. Their 9-year-old on October 21st, when we went to the pumpkin patch, was carrying broken scissors in his pants, and the only reason that we knew is because he was jumping on a bouncy thing and he accidentally cut himself, but he's picking this stuff up. There was an incident with the neighbors with stabbing with a screwdriver. I don't know exactly what happened there. She has told me that she's done her research, and if she wanted to get rid of somebody, she would use lie. And along with
lie.
You know, lie. You know, the stuff you put down for ticks. Or is that lime? Maybe I'm thinking about lime.
This is right up there with some of the strangest.
I like that she said those two guys would stand in front of her with their arms crossed, you know, basically take a bullet for her. They're protecting her.
Very call. You guys, a lot of you has said it in the chat, and I agree with you. It's very like right on the edge. Don't drink the Kool-Aid.
The weapons and all of this, she
that's what I'm
is
thinking.
possessive, and if she doesn't get what she wants, she will retaliate. Again, with the multiple people in this order, they're part of that retaliation. An example of the timeline is the money was borrowed on October 27th, somewhere around there. Not sure the exact day that my husband went over
Of what
there.
year? 2023, so just a few months ago?
Yes. And by November 4th, she was to the conclusion, because we were not able to answer the phone, we were working in Winlock with no service, that we were not paying the money back, and we started getting threats. More of her possessiveness shows that she wanted to share a location, making sure she knew where we were at all times.
What?
Shared with us, so we would share with her. She would have us things with these gifts that she was giving us, buying vacations, plans, taking us to the fair, but everything she did, she would pay for monetarily. And so we were under her control if we didn't do what she wanted to do.
This is getting deep.
They didn't answer their phone, so she assumed they weren't going to pay back the money.
Yes, that's a great.
Requested that they turn on their location on their phones so she would know where they were at all times. Why don't you say no? I mean, and she's made a reference to the group.
Mm-hmm.
Are they the group?
By the way, just lie can kill somebody. And if you drink a lot of it, like it'll burn your insides.
I think too, if you put it over a dead body, it'll eat up the body.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, almost like acid, I guess, in a sense. Wow. Oh, and he's falling asleep back here because he's like, oh,
this is gonna take a while.
And she would get upset about it.
I don't understand that. How would she under your control? How are you under their control?
Because she would be like, let's go camping. And they would buy all the equipment for camping and make
no, I don't want to go camping.
Then there would be some sort of upset retaliation, like on October 29th, when it quickly escalated. Sunday, October 29th, I let her know that I wouldn't be able to make it to go dress shopping with her. And then that's when the first text about the fence and needing to pay back the money was. And then Monday, October 30th, I was working in Winlock with no service. And what we see is more texts that are saying we need to pay back $5,000. And I don't have money at this time. I am financially strapped when we borrowed the money because of the brain cancer and everything. And when we borrowed the money, she said that there was no time limit. By October 31st, there were more messages about how they're changing the wedding. Nobody's going to be in the wedding because everyone was disappointing her. Saturday, November 4th, they come to my residence, return the keys, cancel gym memberships, state they want the $5,000 back. And there's no time period where I ever responded and said I wasn't going to pay it back. I'm just extremely busy getting ready to go to Maui for trial, taking care of my son, trying to work so I can make money.
Let me hear from them for a little bit, okay?
May I say one more thing?
Sure.
Like Mikey said, yeah. So it's almost like that. So almost like if they want somebody in their what does she call it? A group or
their group, part of the group.
Maybe that's their way of like getting you in there, like you said in the beginning. And then you have control over them. And then you start kind of like scaring them a little bit and showing them that you might be a little bit cuckoo and you mean business by showing all of your pew-pews and all of these different things. And the next thing you know, you got somebody beat down so much that they're like, okay, I'll do whatever you want, whatever you need.
She's definitely, they have manipulated her for quite a while, got her to do everything and anything they wanted, it seems.
And also, they've held it over her head and showed her that if she doesn't want to play along, then we want everything back. We want, you know what I mean? So, wow. 100%. That's exactly what it is. To me, anyways, that's what it feels like.
The quick escalation on November 12th, then when everybody started attacking, and then
Everybody started what now?
they started attacking online and calling multiple times, and Ethan sent threatening texts and Randall sent threatening texts, and they
And what
commented.
did those texts say? How are they threatening?
I have them here because I did submit them, and I have the voice.
I know, just go ahead and put them on the record. I heard the voicemail,
Okay,
and I saw the Zoom.
okay.
Or not the Zoom, the ring. There was a bunch of several
Rambling
videos
horse
of
shit.
them knocking at your door. I did.
Hi, Ragawunky.
Okay.
And just refresh my memory where the text was.
Knocking on doors, knocking on windows.
The text from Randallin, and I'm sorry it wasn't very organized at the time I submitted the petition.
I see Zoom. I looked on the petition, but I didn't see it. Yeah, I see voicemails. And
Again, I wish that we were in a court where he shares just everything, because it would be amazing to go through all of this. And,
oh God, yeah.
Really break it down, what he's looking at or what he can imagine the voicemails. Oh God.
the voicemail and videos from the doors. I didn't see any text. Doesn't mean if they're not there, I just didn't see it. Sometimes people attach this stuff to the petition. I didn't really see it there either.
Okay.
So maybe if you could just read me what the text says.
Yes, I will. The first one from Randallin is, hello there, Randallin here. Just wanted to let you guys know the money you owe needs to be, Bestie and Stephen needs to be repaid, and the fence needs to be finished. If it's not law enforcement, we'll be getting involved, and I can promise you that either of those options are going to be a lot better for you than if I came after you, and that's not a threat, that's a promise. But just so we're clear, I personally think you both are worthless pieces of shit, and I feel sorry for your daughter to grow up in such shitty and pathetic people as her parents. Hopefully you guys make the right choice and be actual adults and follow through with your fucking commitments. But judging by your character, I have a feeling absolutely nothing will get done, because once again, you're worthless pieces of trash. And there's a link to the TikTok where she commented on our business. And then she also says, I also love that the only person you have the nerve to say anything to is Ethan, the youngest one, trying to say that it has nothing to do with him. The fuck it doesn't. His parents and you are fucking over. He has every right to say shit to you, once again, showing us all how pathetic you really are. And he says, well, and then December 24th, she says, well, the holidays have arrived and you guys are still worthless pieces of shit. As you would. Happy to hear nothing has changed. My money.
That's a giant. Hey, Merry Christmas to you. Oh my God. Wow.
Holidays have arrived. $5 has arrived.
But
yet here we are, Creed, still worthless pieces of shit.
So I will say this, though. If I was this dude right here, sitting in the back row right now with my arms crossed and basically passed out, what I was getting ready to tell the judge about my case ain't shit.
Yeah, this is crazy.
He almost seems completely normal now after sitting through a one like this. So you gotta give him a little extra credit there on that one.
I mean, she's reading one text message after the next.
Oh my God.
Yikes.
This is pretty cut and dry. We need somebody protected, right?
Somebody.
And giving back, you stole it. I bet you bought your daughter lots of presents and you finished all your side projects, but sure, you didn't finish the 5-month-long fence you're supposed to finish. Shouldn't take that long to do 3 sides of a fence. Pretty pathetic, but It is what is right. Good thing karma knows how to find people, and 2024 is right around the fucking corner. So hope you welcome in the new year right. Happy holidays.
Mikey, think about this. You piece of shit. Think about this seriously, okay? Let's just pretend that both of us are kind of just morons and we accept money from somebody like this, right? Just imagine for a minute that this happens to you, that you accidentally fall into the graces of these people down here, right? Because you needed the money. Would you even go through court? I think I would move to the opposite end of America from them, multiple states away. I would just up and move myself.
I can't believe that she has not blocked them. She's getting all these messages and ain't blocked a soul.
That's true. She hasn't even gotten to that point. So do they not scare her, maybe? Because that would scare the living shit out of me. These people would. I'm serious.
Look at the guy. He's like really close to the camera. Like, maybe that's like he's guarding her, keeping her at bay, being careful.
That's some odd stuff, man. I'm serious. I would just up. I would up and go. I would not, even if there was a protection order, I would not feel safe at home. I wouldn't. I would. Right. I would move. I would move wherever I needed to do. I absolutely would, because even if there was multiple or what, Shorty, are you all right? Cat's making a lot of noise for some reason.
Oh boy, you can't finish 3 sides of a fence.
Okay,
you're pathetic.
That's too funny that it has something to do with a fence. We have had so many fence issues in court.
And then the Ethan text was just, he was saying, hey man, how long are you going to keep pushing this? Ain't nothing right about what you're doing. You want nothing to do with this or anything, fine by all means, but you got to finish the job that you're paid. And then he goes, you, on top of that, repay the $5,000 you borrowed from my parents. It was a loan. It's been weeks now.
Wait, that money came from parents?
Okay, so Ethan is the Bush guy back there with the glasses on, I think.
Oh, I thought he was Tongo or whatever the name was.
No, Tonga is the Tamatanga up there. That's her husband.
All right. Okay. I don't think she's paid any back, Eileen, because if you think about it, these were right at the beginning of the year, and we're only.
She said, "Have you paid it?" And she's like, "No." Why isn't her husband like stepped up and said, "Look here, I'll whoop your ass. You keep writing my wife all these messages." He's not even in court.
I hope that Stephen, Robert, whatever, and Alyssa and whoever get to at least rebut a little bit of that. Or, I mean, they spoke a little bit, but I'd like to hear what they have to say about, because there's a lot being thrown their way, a lot.
And it goes on to say we're both cowards, but in here we told him to stop because it's not his place. He said, listen, bud, don't ever text and make threats or demands. You have no place in this. I'll make that clear to you. And then he says, so you can text me, but not my parents. That says a lot. There's a right time, we told him, because we were flying out to Maui on November 12th when all this is happening.
Flying to Maui.
Yeah, she mentioned that earlier, but I think that it has something to do. She said, was it something to do with work or something?
Oh, I thought maybe it had to do with the cancer, because they're
yeah,
like construction people, right?
She mentioned going to Maui earlier. I hear it's nice there.
I want to hear from. I want to get their perspective on this. So
Yes,
who wants to speak?
So do we. We want to hear it
first.
Oh, she's going to
Can you
delete
hear
it.
me, correct? Okay, could you raise your right hand, please? And do you swear and affirm the information and testimony you provide will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yeah, isn't that what she said in the beginning for a trial? That's exactly right. Beverly is listening.
Bev, you are the best.
Yeah, she mentioned that earlier, and yeah, it was for a trial. You're absolutely right.
I bet your ears are 20/20.
Okay.
I love the empty desk.
You're kind of breaking up on me, but go ahead, try.
I feel like we're licking.
Oh no, fix.
Yeah, this is going to work on this.
Can we get a better microphone for our charismatic leader? She got nice tats.
Maybe mute it and move to the other computer.
How about that other computer we had it fired up a while ago?
That's still going.
Are you able to hear me now?
Yes.
Okay.
Dearly beloved, lovely, gather here, listening, come live.
Yes. Hello. Does this work? This thing on?
There we go.
Okay.
Better.
Are you able to hear me, Your Honor?
I can hear you perfectly.
Yes.
So you've been sworn in. So what's your perspective on all this?
Your Honor, I actually just wanted to request if we could extend this to a later date.
Nah.
After going through all the paperwork and looking at everything, reading the end of how to file any information for you to consider for our side, it states that all evidence has to be submitted 1 week prior to the hearing. We were only
Power
served
move.
paperwork 1 week prior. It was given to us 1 week ago yesterday around 9 p.m.
Is she showing why she's the leader of the cult, right?
She's like, oh, we're not gonna have court when you want to have court. We're gonna have court when I want to have court.
And then Randallins wasn't even served to her until Thursday or Friday.
I got mine on the 15th.
So with that, we have a lot of information.
Yeah, why would you not start with that? That's how you work that one.
That's the first thing you say before the judge lets the other lady talk.
Unless
Again, power move.
Unless you think, all right, maybe she's going to keep her mouth shut. Maybe she's going to play. Maybe she's scared of us. Maybe she understands what's going on here, and she's not going to say a whole lot. So they wanted to leave that one until the end to see how much she really spills.
Now, we've seen this before happen where we had the lady that was being stalked by the guy at the pottery place or whatever it was. And it was a huge power move where he basically had asserted himself. Good to see you. Asserted himself. Good to see you. Asserted himself. Good to see you. So that he was then dictating when the trial was going to be, when it was going to be heard, made her come back again where, she might not come back. Now, here we are. They want to do the same thing where like, hey, we want time. We didn't get our full week. We want it.
Mikey, if you were friends with them and you walked up, you probably wouldn't knock on the door, right? Because the blinds are closed.
The blinds are closed. I know right away they're worshiping Satan.
We would like to submit on our side as well. But we were not given adequate time to do that. I did call the number listed here to ask what I should do in this case. They said
what you should have been told is bring it up in front of the judge before anybody says anything. But go ahead. We're already halfway through this. I've already heard from her. But,
I apologize.
Can you get stuff in by next Monday?
I can get it in by next Monday. Yes, I can have everything submitted by next Monday.
Okay. How soon can you get that in? Can you get that in by, because Ms. Konadakis is going to want to see that.
Konadakis.
I understand that, sir.
Go ahead.
I was hoping to be able to submit everything online with the table of contents and everything that's listed here. I saw how to do it, and I called to ask if I should do it with less time. And she said that it's the statement clearly states that it's required to be submitted 7 days prior.
I know what the rule says, but all right. So can you get that stuff in today? Do you have all that ready?
I do not have all of that ready, sir. No, I have 3 months of all kinds of disputing evidence that would go against the majority of what she's saying.
She got it. She got receipts, she says.
You available next Monday, ma'am? Because I go off the rotation. We do these 2 months. I'm here for January and February. Then I go off the rotation. So I don't want to boot it into March, but I will be doing these next Monday. And we'll extend the order, and then we can do from them, and you can call in. She's correct. With the late service, I don't even know that Ethan and Kimmy's been served yet.
He was served at the same time as us, Your Honor.
Remember what I said about not interrupting people?
I apologize.
So what's your availability for next Monday?
I'm starting a job on Monday.
Paper mill.
It does put it in a hard spot.
Of course you
do.
Of course you
What job are you starting?
A job in Olympia. It's a new sidewalk.
Sidewalk?
I'm putting in a new sidewalk for a customer.
What time do you start? What
sidewalk?
9 a.m.
How long did it take? 10 minutes?
Did she just come up with that real quick? I mean,
seemed like it, didn't it?
I mean, I understand if you have a job as far as like within a company that you work for or something, but she made it sound like she was going to work.
I want to get this done, man, and I want to give them an opportunity to respond.
You got to remember, that's her own personal business. They own their own business. How they met them, they were putting up fence and shit.
Yeah.
During the construction. Look at
I'd
the
tell her to
sun.
be there. I'd tell her to be there Monday, and your sidewalk has to wait an hour or two.
How long is this job going to go?
Just the week.
A week for a sidewalk?
How many miles is it going? She got to mix one bag of cement at a time. What's going on?
Yeah, she's doing it with those big bags and
quick dry.
Are you kind of surprised that he's letting them extend this
Right,
out?
how about March 4th? That's 2 weeks from yesterday.
That's
Three
three
days before my birthday.
And so there's
Nine
still a
before
temporary
my-
was granted, so the temporary will remain in place.
That's
and
it.
then
kids.
I'll sign in a
He's
reissue,
letting it go till March
and
4th.
then we'll see you on March 4th.
Part 2 coming.
Somebody write that down.
Part
we don't want to miss
2.
that.
And you can get that up. And so if you get that to you, do you know how to access the court file?
Go into civil
Yeah,
court
and so
record.
you both should do that. So they're going to get something in there. You should be checking that. So you know what's being filed between now and March 4th.
Thank you. Yes, I will.
All right. And I'll be back. We'll work something out where
It's going to get ugly on March 4th.
I think
if you
so.
were paying
Yeah.
attention this morning, one judge came out, did 2 cases and then left. We'll probably do that. When you reconvene on March 4th, I'll come out, handle this case, then the other judge will pick up the rest of the calendar.
Okay.
We'll see you all on March 4th.
Oh, really? Happy birthday, Portrait.
I hate it when they make us wait too, but to hear
So
more of
much.
that though, I think it's going to be worth it. I really do.
You don't want to rush perfection. You really don't.
But at the same time, I am kind of surprised that he's letting that happen. But I think that's part of being a good judge, is to sit there and listen to all sides, because
It's
I
only because of when it was served. If it had been served beyond
Right,
7 days, he'd have said tough shit.
that's a good point.
But
I really do.
He has to stick to that.
I really do think that they waited to hear her out and hear what she was going to throw out before they used that card. I really feel that way.
It's very possible.
Yeah.
And they're very weird, man. There's a lot of weird shit going on.
Yeah, there's no doubt. So, and I do like that that the one lady, not the cult lady, the one that got the money, even though she's a little wacky herself. I do like that she's not really afraid to stand up to them and throw out some of their dirty laundry and their alleged dirty laundry and stuff. So, yeah, all right.
We'll find out more come March 4th then, I guess.
Let's see. Did he say a time? 9 a.m.
They start around noontime, our time. Around noon, our time.
That almost might be worth watching for when
live. Go live with it.
Yeah, I really do. Somebody write that down. Remind us March 4th.
March 4th. It's in the books.
I think it'd be fun to watch that one live. I don't know. Anyways, all right. Well, hey, that's today's We Got a Case. Appreciate you guys. Don't forget, we'll be back, of course, for Wild Woman Wednesday on We Got a Chase today.
It's stacked and packed, Daddy. Stacked and packed.
And then we'll be back at 5:30 East for members only for all 3 channels. Kind of making up for last week for missing out. Going to do that Wednesday and Friday. All 3 channels are invited to members only, 5:30 East. Send me your Money Express. Gary, hey now. Flush A. Nasny M. Welcome. Amazon Girl with 10 big ones. Lisa B with the PayPay cash money, baby. Flusha, hi, and Pew Pew Sue, and has that always been on? Has there always been a caboose on the end of that? Or
yes, there's always been an engine in the caboose. Yes, always has been.
I knew there was always the engine.
Always has. Yes, go back and watch some old videos. It is there.
I will. Yeah, I'm gonna take some time this week and go back
watch
and
that. Speaking of watching stuff. A video going up, be ready about 3:05 today, so make sure you check that out. Judge Middleton, 2 great cases, one being an update from a case that we had watched earlier on this week. We got the thrilling conclusion of a guy who was living in a motel, and then he didn't rent it, and he'd been there for 6 months. And, well, the shit hits the fan. It's going to happen. We're going to get the decision on that today, so make sure you check it out.
Is it the dude that had it like in his wife's name or something?
Yep,
There,
that's
it. That's a 305.
3:05.
That's the one where he's kind of cracked out a little bit.
Oh yeah,
305.
conclusion of that.
All right.
So make sure you're there. Check that out. We'll
that one because the number one of that was very good.
The moment was very good. You guys stay safe, stay hard, stay tuned. Make sure you like the video if you haven't done so already. Subscribe. Join us for each and everything. We want to see you there for members only. You'll look in the description. There'll be a link to part 1. So don't you worry about that. I got you covered.
Perfect.
All right, kids. We'll see you. Take care.
Yeah, that's gonna be a good one. I just shoot him an email. He's fine with caboose picks or feet picks. Actually,
Where you been, Heineken?
Yeah, just as long as you got some broccoli to send him.
Got that money, son?